Welcome back to Cherry Pickin' Hockey Podcast, episode number 17, lucky number 17, and we brought on our first guest. And who would be a better guy to kick things off than Mr. Drew Boyer? Coming back to the show, give him a little clap.
Our favorite person.
Drew, where are you joining us from?
The beautiful snowy town of Gravenhurst, Ontario.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
What have you been up to, buddy?
Starting a new job, looking for places in the city, watching the Oilers go from losing to winning, which is pretty nice.
It's been tough for you, no bars recently. Mm-hmm. Like, care to comment on that?
Well, I'm just excited for them to get back open.
People do miss your bar stories. We all know you had some great stories that you shared. People did really appreciate those stories.
Intermittent fasting too. Has that been going well for you?
It didn't go well in the time that I was fun employed, as my sleeping schedule was all over the place. Yeah. But now that I'm back on a good routine, then yes, it is working well.
Some people are also asking about the Instagram stories you've been posting, the songs, the sad songs. Mm-hmm. That seems to have stopped.
Not sad songs, Avery.
I mean, we just need to clear the air.
One of the songs is called Mr. Lonely.
I don't know, I was just grooving with the song. It wasn't like some subliminal messaging or something, but I don't know, I just thought I would post one song I like a day, but then I kind of got bored of it, so I stopped.
Okay. We're trying to clear the air here.
Yeah, no, people care about you, Drew. We care about you, so we wanted to know what's going on.
Yeah. All right, let's shoot the shit here. Let's talk some hockey. All-Star game coming up. I know we all pretty much hate the All-Star game. We actually witnessed the Pro Bowl, which they don't even air the Pro Bowl anymore, right? Like, I didn't see it on TV.
It was their skills competition last night.
Their skills?
Yeah.
Okay. So NHL this weekend, I guess we wanted to talk about, is there anything you would personally change to the All-Star game to make it, I guess, like, more enjoyable to watch?
We talked about this the other day. Having more rookies generally makes it a little bit more exciting because rookies actually try.
Yep.
So, I don't know, like guys like Ovi at this point in their career just don't give a crap about the All-Star game. So having some more rookies in there. I think the NBA does.
The Rising Stars.
The Rising Stars game. I imagine something like that would improve it a little bit. I mean, you can see it across all sports. No one really cares about the All-Star game, though. It's kind of a monotonous thing.
Even sending more fringe guys who are like NBA, like I forget who's going for like the slam dunk contest, but it's never the best players. Like I would want to see like Kapanen and Mikheyev and stuff from the fastest skater.
Yeah, I think that's a good way.
I just had a big idea. Okay, so I think they should do a different format every year, but what if they did one format, like when Gianni mentioned kind of the fringe guys, you only send a minimum contract guy, like a $750K guy to the game, and whoever gets MVP gets $750K, so you double your salary for the year.
Oh, that would be awesome. That's pretty good. Okay.
They could probably afford to give them even more than that, to be honest.
Oh, they don't care about them. That's the point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
But then who's going to watch because they're not the stars? So
no, I don't know. That'd be so I get it, but if you just send a ton of rookies and you're like $1 million, like MVP takes up $1 million, rest of the team gets like a little bit. It's like those guys are going to be trying so hard because they're also all young. They want to like impress people.
I think the fringe guys should do something like a puck off the glass challenge. Like not a skill challenge, but like a grit challenge.
It's like whoever beats who can dump the puck the furthest without it crossing the goal line on the other side to avoid an icing.
Who can beat Dude Perfect in a trick shot competition?
It's like face off elimination.
Face off elimination would be cool.
What if we
did a dump and chase drill? You think that like a one-on-one dump and chase?
It's just a practice with a bunch of fringe players.
That would be horrible.
Cleanest breakout.
Yeah.
What if
maybe they could do like a Hunger Games format where if you get a -1, you're out of the game.
Yeah.
Until like there's only a couple guys left, and then whoever scores wins.
So it's just a John Tortorella wet dream.
Yeah.
What if
you're -1, you're done.
We could take. What if we took the rookies and they faced off against the AHL All-Star team?
They would wax them. What the fuck?
Yeah, they would wax them.
Yeah, they probably would. I was just thinking about that. I'm trying to see or the Europe Professional League All-Star team or something.
Honestly,
they would wax them harder.
I wouldn't even mind if you brought a European All-Star team and they play them against NHL All-Stars. The European All-Stars are going to try really hard. NHL All-Star is going to be like, I don't want to injure myself, but I don't want to like look ridiculous to these guys.
Yeah. Well,
so that might be fun.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to be embarrassed. Like the rookies would kind of be a little bit embarrassed if they lost that game. So it'd be kind of like, holy fuck, let's watch this.
They're trying new things this year, though. Apparently, they're doing a blackjack thing for the skills competition.
Yeah, you have to there's like a video board with a bunch of cards, and you have to shoot the puck to get it to 21.
That's kind of cool.
So it's pretty much like darts.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's going to teach all the little kids gambling. So I think that's counterproductive for the gambling community.
It is in Vegas though, right? That's probably why.
Oh yeah,
It's to incentivize Evander Kane to get back to an all-star level.
Do you think the boys are getting a little in the beers when they're down there in Vegas for the All-Star game?
yeah.
Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
they got to be fucking pounding drinks.
They're faded.
I mean, they just
Definitely more than if it was in Columbus.
Yeah,
I think they might drink more.
I think it would be
On
so
All-Star
fun
weekend?
being a fly on the wall and seeing what that process looks like of those guys just getting
Shooting
shittered.
Even
and
if it's
shit
in like
together.
Nashville, man, like they're
Yeah.
just going there to have a good time.
Does Evander Kane have any money?
Not legally.
Not
He
legally.
declared bankruptcy.
That's what we missed, Drew, a lot was
Who's the
Evander
best bankrupt
Kane.
player in the NHL? Is
Sorry?
it him or Eric Johnson?
No, it's
Johnson.
Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
His
or
parents stole all his money.
Yeah, Jack Johnson's
That's a-
parents represented him, and they spent all of his money.
that is a tough
Jack
one.
or Eric?
Jack Johnson.
It's just
When
very-
he was on Columbus, his parents stole all his money, and then apparently there was like a big thing when he got signed by Pittsburgh on that deal. It was like they kind of felt bad for him that he had no money, so like there's a little bit too much.
Is that why the contract was so horrible?
Yeah, because he's like Crosby's best friend. So that's like a rumor.
Why are they best friends?
Because I think they went to Minnesota, or what's the?
Shattuck St.
Yeah,
Mary's.
Yeah.
Shattuck St. Mary's.
They went there together,
Yeah.
and they're like good friends.
That's a wild story. Evander Kane too with no money. Drew, we talked about Evander Kane for a couple episodes now, and as the Oilers guy, big morals guy too over there. What do you think of Evander Kane? I don't want to put you on the spot here,
Yeah,
but
he's clashing in his brain. Oilers being good and a bad guy on the team.
like I don't know, like it just like doesn't fit your Drew. Evander Kane just doesn't fit Drew. I think personally, but does he?
Thank you, Jeremy. We're going to disavow any of the accusations first and foremost.
Yeah.
Moving past that, in terms of just an NHL perspective, when the team was 2-14-2 in the last 18 games.
Yeah.
I mean, and a guy that can score 30 goals, put up 60, 70 points, is available for a minimum contract, or I guess what do you got, $1 million per year for 2 years or whatever. I mean, take the risk. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like the Oilers have a terrible leadership group or a really, really good one. So, like, it could only make things better. Does that make any sense?
I don't
Like,
know.
he's not going to make
It
a
seems
problem
like
that
you're
exists
trying
worse,
to-
but he's also not going to. They don't have anything
Yeah.
perfect that he's going to ruin.
You're trying to tell us that they needed to make the signing, but you don't 100%
He doesn't agree. Yeah.
with
Okay.
the shit that Evander Kane has done.
Yes, thank you.
Drew, would you rather have a last place team that wins the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup, or would you rather have the most scumbag team that wins the Stanley Cup
Wait, you mean like in minor hockey or in the NHL?
in the NHL?
Would you rather have a team full of dumbasses who've done bad stuff and win the Stanley Cup, or a team that is always does shit, but the players are really nice dudes?
What? Did you guys ask this question to yourselves already?
No, I
No,
want to
no,
know you.
we're-
I
This
just
is a
want to know.
brand new question.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
20, a team of 22 Evander Kanes, or a team of like, I don't know who the nicest
Johnny Gaudreau, maybe.
And then
Or
are
it's
the
like
coach, owner, GM, fan of the team?
Fan.
fan.
Fan?
Yeah. Like I don't know, like Seattle, I guess. Like look at Seattle right now. Like Seattle's organization, top to bottom, is like, be good, be nice, be inclusive, and everything. And they're last
Do-
place. Or would you
Do
rather?
these nice guys, are they like potential to get better, or are they just horrible?
They're just not good. Like it's all bad contracts.
It's a
I
bad
don't know.
team. It's a really bad
There's no
team.
right answer.
I mean, there
Yeah, the
is.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Stanley
So
Cup.
I'm gonna go with the Good Deeds Cup.
You're the only.
Such a you.
I think he's the only guy who would answer.
He says Good
Cup.
Deeds Cup because he knows how hypothetical it is. It's
Yeah.
like, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna stay on the good guys.
yeah, that's the right answer.
Oh my God, Drew. Tom Brady retires. Talking a little bit of football here, with 7 Super Bowls. It sort of made me think like he's like obviously the GOAT of football, and then thinking about who is the GOAT of hockey. Like currently in the NHL is like Sidney Crosby like considered the GOAT. He's tied for most active players with Stanley Cups, so 3 is the most. But it's kind of interesting when you look at football versus hockey. It's kind of hard to be like a hockey team that's that, I guess, dominates for that long. Like we haven't seen that other than obviously back in the day with the Habs, or obviously Henry Richard has the record with 11 Stanley Cups.
What's the question, Jeremy?
The question is who is the GOAT of hockey?
Per active.
You gotta
Yes,
go first.
active players.
I think it's Crosby.
I'll go Ovi.
Ovi.
Well, it depends what you value. If you value
That's the
like
thing.
the idea of like goals are hard to come by, and Ovi might be finish his career with the most goals of all time, I'd be like, that's pretty impactful.
I don't know.
So,
Crosby has a Richard, and I feel like he could get more if he wanted. He just cares more about the defensive side of the game at this point in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Like he sacrifices offense to play more defense. He has back-to-back Conn Smythes. Like I don't know anybody who has a better resume.
Yeah, I think it's Crosby. Like it's just, I mean, 3 cups talks for himself, and obviously we know what he's done in the past. It's tough to look now, and like he's kind of slowing down a little bit, but
If Crosby didn't score the golden goal,
oof,
would that change your mind?
no, it wouldn't.
No, that just adds to
Yeah.
the level of goatness.
I think it made me like Crosby more. Like he was such a bitch when he came into the league, like just whining all the time. It just it kind of let people kind of respect him at the start, but when he played for Canada and he was on your team, it's just like this guy's fucking amazing.
I think that
Yeah.
changed a lot of people's minds when they won gold.
I think I'm gonna go with Ovi because to set the most goals of all time in this era. Like if you watch, I've said this before, you watch Gretzky highlights, like it's hilarious. Like they just shoot it along the ice from the blue line and it somehow goes in. You know what I mean? Like to score a goal now takes a lot more skill and effort than it did then, right? So I'm gonna go with Ovi, and sneaky most hits of all time too, right? Like that's another thing. Like he's laying the body out there. He's back checking for a winger. It's pretty important, right? He could just give up on the defensive end, but he has the most hits of all time, right? So
Yeah, that's
relentless pursuit of the puck. So it's like if you want 3 cups, a golden goal, and the most consistent player, or most goals all time, most hits all time, 1 cup, more fun.
Great style when he came into the league too, with the tinted visor.
yellow laces.
Yeah, all time.
Yeah.
Everybody had to vote to get rid of the tinted visor. He's like, it gives the shooter an unfair advantage, and then he just went.
Was that
on.
really a thing?
Yeah, all the GMs were saying who voted to get rid of them were like, the goalies can't read your eyes now because you have a tinted visor.
Ovi was just sniping on them too
Yeah,
much.
but it's like, okay, Ovi ended up with the most goals, so does it really fucking matter?
Well, what's the smoke visor that people wear right now? I guess it's not tinted, right? Like, Dermot wears one. I'm pretty sure sometimes.
Yeah,
Kopitar wears one.
it's like an in-betweener almost.
Yeah.
It's like in between both.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Thank God Ovi got that 1 cup, Because he'd be
Yeah,
so
that's the
yeah.
thing.
He'd be so
I don't know
far
if we're
down.
having this conversation if he didn't win a cup.
Would he be the best player to ever
If-
play if he didn't win a cup? Like, without winning a cup?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's gotta be.
I think you would get a lot more like Russell Westbrook comparisons where it's like, he just pads his stats, he doesn't care about winning and all that, but he won a cup, so everybody loves him.
God, I feel bad for Patty Marlowe. Most games played, like a bunch of seasons.
1 Stanley Cup final.
Tough.
They got waxed in
round.
that final too, didn't
Yeah.
Yeah. Brutal.
Like Crosby.
Crosby. Let's talk about overtime. Has been a big discussion after the people think that the NFL playoff, well, just in general, their overtime structure is very flawed. The NHL, looking at how the NHL actually has done a very good job at making changes to their overtime. But the NFL, are they just like too stubborn to make it change regular season versus playoffs? Because it's completely two different game structures, like regular season game versus a playoff game. The importance there is way more important in a playoff game.
Oh,
But I mean, like the way that NHL has a different playoff,
overtime.
Yes.
It's actually genius. One of the better things in the league is that when it matters, it should be normal.
Yeah.
Right. But it's the same thing with the NFL. You just have to make a stop. Some of those rules are kind of shitty, but
So then how would you change the NFL one? I don't know this. I know this is a hockey podcast, but would you make it like the NHL where you just play, like, let's say 1 quarter and whoever's winning at the end of 1 quarter wins? Because that would be kind of.
I think you would just. I think what you would do is you would just give. I personally think that you just give each one a possession and just pretty much back and forth until one team outscores the other team.
The college.
You do it from college, but for the NFL, you do it from like the 50 instead or something.
Yeah.
So you can't like kick a field goal right away, right?
Would you guys hate the idea of in playoff they do like 5-on-5, then for 20 minutes, then 4-on-4, and then 3-on-3? Ever been in a tournament like that?
Yes.
It's so fun.
When it goes to 1-on-1.
Electric. It's the
You
best
played
thing.
a 5 OT game. They got to 1-on-1.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
it used to be a thing. Like in minor hockey, some overtime structures were like that.
It sounds fun, but imagine losing a cup in a 2-on-2.
Yeah, that would be dumb.
I mean, if you let it get to a 2-on-2, like that.
I get that, but it just feels like I couldn't even imagine losing it in the playoffs in OT 3-on-3.
Changing your line when it's like a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-2 is insane.
Yeah, you have to like dump and change because you can't like get any coverage.
Yeah.
So is it 5 minutes 5-on-5, 5 minutes 4-on-4, 20 minutes 5-on-5?
Not in minor hockey. In minor
hockey is like a minute
it's
for
a couple
each.
minutes,
Yeah.
4 or 5 minutes
Okay.
each.
I thought you guys were saying you played a minor league tournament where it was 20-minute OTs and you got through 4
No.
20-minute OTs.
No. It was probably like 10 minutes on the first one.
Yeah.
We used to do literally like 5. Like it would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 almost. Yeah.
That was like that SPAD tournament too.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would do stuff like that.
Would you hate that in the NHL though? If they did something
I'd
like
fucking
that?
hate that for playoffs.
Oh, I'd love
I think
that.
though.
Imagine Game 7, the Leafs almost winning a playoff series again, and then they lose a 1-on-1.
Yeah, that would be so bad. It'd be exciting. I think they would have to test that out in regular season first, which they've done a great job at doing, where they would test stuff with regular season. But I mean, a lot of people shit on the shootout still. Like they still shit on it.
I think just do a second 5. Make 3-on-3 10 minutes.
Yeah, at some point someone's gonna score.
Why can't there be ties?
Oh, dude,
I honestly,
come on.
I'll be
There
honest.
shouldn't be a tie in any professional sport.
I would rather a tie than lose in shootout. I despise the shootout. I would go 10 minutes 3-on-3 and then a tie instead of a shootout.
Imagine
the shootout's awesome.
I think the shootout's good. I think
like the shootout.
I wouldn't want to go home and be like, yeah, we fucking tied today.
Well, just say you're Arizona, you go into Colorado late Saturday night, like, oh, we came away with a point, boys, like, good effort, right?
You're boozing after a tie?
And just be like, great game, yeah, little
Do you
victories,
think
right?
that regular season win should be 3? Or sorry,
Regulation.
regulation win should be 3, and OT win should be 2, and then the OT loss is 1. So you split the 3 points instead of introducing the extra point
Yeah,
because
they should do that.
I mean,
teams are just playing for OT all the time.
if you do a tie at the end, do you even give a loser point in overtime? Or is it just you get 2 points for a win no matter what? Like, what's going on with that?
It's got to be no points for an overtime loss then.
Yeah, if you have a tie.
Yeah.
I think the NFL, it's one of the dumbest things that you see. Like, there's ties. I know that's a player safety thing, but also the NHL, like, going into
The
like,
NFL thinking that they care about player safety may be one of the funnier things of all time. Just people just killing themselves because of what the NFL's done to them.
So let's cap
and their families.
So let's cap the
They're
overtime
just
at
NFL.
10 minutes.
NFL's
and I'll
so
fix
mad
things.
that 50 years ago they didn't change the rule, and they can't now. Like they'll get way too much backlash to change it now, so they're just like some rules you have to just put in 50 years ago and just be like, hey, it's locked in, can't do anything about it.
But
would
also,
not get
they'll also
backlash.
add a game to the regular season,
Yeah.
which they did, but they won't change the overtime structure. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. But
Awesome move on to threes though. Threes is awesome.
Convenient that you're a Bills fan, eh? And you don't like
I just don't. Drew agrees, right, Drew? He agrees.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We want to talk about we got a couple of funny sort of organic segments. Obviously, Drew, that was one of your favorite segments on the show. Looking at
moving on.
at
When you call
referees.
them organic, it's no longer organic.
Well, they're organic. They're organic.
Oh, that was when Drew used to go, this is a great episode.
Yeah.
That was a great segment.
God, that was good.
Sound the alarm for Fantasy Corner, which we had to get rid of. But
No, the AHL team names
Oh
when
my
he's like, we'll do this
God.
every week.
No, it was
we're gonna run out of teams.
ECHL.
He was
ECHL.
the only one who knew. Like, I had no goddamn clue.
I didn't do that good at it either.
I think we went 0 for like 5. And he's like, let's do
I
this
think
every week.
Gianni did the best at it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't
I had
great.
like 1 or 2.
1 week segment. Those are the best ones, though.
The 1 week segment.
Yeah, Hall of Fame segment that we had.
Oh, jeez.
Have any of you reffed a sport before?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you ref?
Well, umpire, baseball.
Oh shit! Yeah, umpire. Drew, have you ever been like a ref umpire, maybe an intramural league sort of thing?
Trying to rack my brain. It feels familiar, but I don't think I have. Like I think I have, but I don't know what.
Anyways, the question is, out of all 4 professional sports, which sport is the worst to ref?
Oh.
Which sport would you least rather want to be the ref?
Baseball. Like being an ump would suck.
I think ump is, well, now with the technology and them reviewing, I think home plate ump is one of the worst. It's got to be up there.
Are you talking about professional or like little league? Because
Like
that's
professional.
Professional.
Yeah, professional.
I mean, if it's little league, I definitely would say but if it's professional, like you can make some more mistakes. I don't know then.
So basketball is pretty impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
basketball's
hate
tough.
watching like a basketball game. Like those refs like just get shit on every single fucking call they make.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. NFL.
I would say NFL, honestly.
But NFL, you don't know the side judges' names.
Yeah, you
pretty
don't.
much.
You don't see
who
them.
called the pass interference on the team that you cheer for.
The thing with the NFL too is there's so much like video review that like they'll make a call on the field and you'll just see them be wrong over and over and over again. You don't really get that in hockey.
The thing too with the NFL is there's 26 guys on the field, and there's probably like 20 penalties on every single play, and they're just like, okay, we can only call the really blatant ones.
Yeah.
So it becomes like,
You don't like that?
Everything you say still just makes no sense.
I don't understand how that doesn't make sense. It's like in hockey with the cross checks in front of the net. That's a penalty, but the refs won't call that.
Okay,
That's
maybe
what
20 was the exaggeration. There might be at least one on every play or two.
I think there's holding on every single play.
Every single play. There's that's what
Yeah.
I mean. Like there's always a call, and you're just like, as a ref, you have to like decide when it's like, okay, I have to call that one now.
Something I don't understand at all is that I don't know which the refs in the NFL, but they stand in the middle of the field. How do they not get run over every single play?
Well, they put them behind the quarterback. They used to be standing beside the middle linebacker, and they would just get
I don't understand.
Like maybe one of the worst.
Imagine standing between the linebackers as the play starts. Like,
Just a crossing route, and you have Vontez Perfect just coming.
No equipment.
That's like trying to run across a
the line
highway.
opens up and Derrick Henry's running right at you.
Yeah, maybe one of the worst thing I'm glad they changed that, but I think home plate ump in baseball is the only position where you're not backed by any sort of video review, so it has to be the hardest, I'd say.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be.
And you're making making so many more calls as an ump as you're making a call every single play.
You're making at least 200 a game.
Yeah, and you just don't do that in most other sports.
And there's probably the biggest chance of injury is that.
I mean, but
Right?
what's
Think
the
so?
NFL?
No,
Yeah,
I think
getting a foul ball off the head. Like that constantly happens.
You're wearing a bucket, like
Yeah, but that's also a 99 mile per hour
I think
fastball
it
getting hit
has
off the bat.
Well, usually you don't take a 99 mile an hour. Like
No, but I mean, but still, it's obviously going to come off hard off the bat.
You ever watch NHL refs just like for like a couple plays, just watch the refs only? It's very interesting.
Never.
Like, no,
I've done it recently too. They just cover their bodies for half of the time. Like they're worried about getting hit all the time.
If you think about it, there's 12 guys out there, but there's also the 4 refs, and the ice is not that big, right? Like, but they never seem to get in the way. It's very rare they get in the way. So if you watch like how they can perfectly get out of the way but still be close enough to call it all the time is kind of like an art.
I find it funny when just a ref gets nailed with a puck. I just think that's the funniest thing ever.
We did that in men's league. One of our guys cleared the puck right off the guy's ear, ref down. Maybe
ref
one of
down.
the worst feelings of all time, though. Just seeing these guys out here just getting injured.
Especially when it's like a chippy game and like you're like, that was not on purpose, but this ref fucking hates us now.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the worst ones.
I think NHL refs have to be the most talented at the skill of the players than any other sport, right?
100%.
Because they usually just take like college hockey players and make them refs.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to skate and keep up with these guys or else you're fucked. You
That's
can't.
gonna be pretty tough to like break up scrum.
Yeah, linesmen, they actually have to be pretty big boys. They got to be lifted in the gym. They probably have
What
to
do
weigh,
you
like,
think like the boys club of MLB umpires is like? I bet you that is a crazy situation.
Oh,
Like
it's
the Brandons, Stars.
it's definitely like drink some whiskey, fucking hang out.
You have
type
Country
deal.
Joe West.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Is he like the king of them? And then like
I think he's the clan leader. Yeah, probably. I mean, the umps. They have too many old people MLB umps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think
they don't bring in anyone new, so it's kind of like a boys club. Like
Yeah.
Aren't
like,
NFL refs?
it seems to be kind of like biased higher in practices too. It's like, oh, you have to be 300 pounds, over 60, and grumpy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's pretty similar in the NHL though. It's very hard to get into NHL ref.
Yeah, well, there's new refs. Like I can't the oldest ref in the NHL is probably like pushing 60, and the MLB. How old is Joe West? He's got to be over 70.
Yeah.
You could not physically be that old in NFL or NHL.
I think basketball's done the best job of hiring women, type, incorporating everything. So
I think there's the least physical like scrums in the NBA though.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
the one thing.
Hey, but you got to run up and down that court the whole time.
You got to be athletic, that's for sure.
That's what I was trying to get at with the MLB. Like, why don't they hire any younger people or young women or women at all?
I used to go to spring training when I played in high school in Dodgertown, Vero Beach, Florida, and it was a minor league umpire clinic would ump our games every time. And there was this one woman, and she was good, but because she was a woman, every single old like white coach would just rag on her. And it's like the perception you have of, you don't take them for what they're actually good at. You're just like, oh, they're kind of shitty, where that shouldn't be the case, right? It's like the perception you have before they actually do their job is unfair to them. And I think baseball's bad for that, because you just sit there and yell at them the whole time. As a manager, you have no other job pretty much.
Yeah.
Just make them feel shitty about themselves. So I think that it's tough.
It is definitely tough for them to come into the league and ref, which is, I mean, it's good that you're seeing it in the NBA. I wonder what the next sport's going to be.
I think there was a female ref in the AHL this year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one. I'm pretty sure this year.
That's awesome.
I could see a female ref in the NHL.
I mean, just think.
It might be tough though, like for linesmen, like breaking up fights.
Is it really though? Like, those guys stop fighting when they want to stop fighting. It doesn't matter if the linesmen.
Some of them get punched in the face.
Sure, that's what I'm thinking.
No, but they're actually taught to like now, like you have to do whatever you have to do to break up the fight.
Yeah.
So like if a girl gets punched in the face,
it's the same as a guy getting punched in the face.
Have you guys ever seen the clip of this is such an obscure reference. You guys ever seen Corbinian Holzer absolutely clock a ref in a fight?
No, that's a fucking all-time throwback name though. Holy shit.
Corbinian Holzer.
Some of my favorite clips on the internet are just like minor league fights when the refs get involved, and then next thing you know, a player's fighting a ref.
go.
You ever seen? There was one in the G a couple years ago. That's an all.
I saw there was a recent video
one.
of basketball, right? Where the dad took the guy
was
by
it?
the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the ref comes in and just fucking
Those are
pounds
awesome.
the guy in the head.
Drew, what type of father are you going to be? Are you going to be abusive to refs when your kids play sports?
No.
You're going to be so nice. You're going to be fucking in the change room talking.
Are you
about
Drew? No, Drew's gonna be the trainer of the team. That's what Drew would be.
No, I'll just be in the stands cheering him on.
No, you're gonna be the dad who's in the corner by himself, sitting along the boards, just like, I don't want to be associated with the crazy parents.
That's my.
I'm just gonna sit here
Oh, okay.
calmly, just watch the game and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
My dad he used to do the emceeing
Nice.
in the penalty box. Like, any of your dads used to do that?
No, you're gonna be the dad who volunteers to scorekeep.
So, yeah, my dad would scorekeep, and then he would announce, right? Like, so it would be like, goal scored by Jeremy Roach, assisted by like Avery Chenier. I love that shit.
You're gonna be you should become an announcer.
You should do that.
Game
That's
announcer.
awesome.
That or Drew's gonna like track down like analytics for his team too. His kids.
Yeah, I
His
still
kids'
minor
courses.
Minor Adam. Yeah, I think like time on ice.
Who, if you had your kid and you could model his game off anyone,
Nice.
which player would you pick? Right now
shit.
in the NHL, you're looking at the players. I mean, you can't say McDavid, unfortunately. It's just too easy of an answer.
Someone else go, I'll think.
Kale McCarr for me.
That's what I was going to say. Oh, my God. That's what I was going to say, too.
Well, it didn't seem like you were going to say it because you didn't say it. You just wanted to make sure.
The first name I thought it was Cale McCarr, then I was like, do I want to say that? Or
Man,
this is like, you go.
This is a pretty good question. So my kid, you know what? Brad
pretty good
Marchand, I would love to see my kid out there.
rat.
I would be very proud of my kid if he was like that. I mean, he's just shit. This
Come
very
on,
good
Jeremy.
hockey. Well, he's a very good hockey player, Drew. He's a very good hockey player.
Yeah.
He's not a shit guy.
I thought you
Shit
were going to
guy.
say Tyler Bertuzzi or Josh Archibald.
The one unvaccinated player in the NHL. That's who I'd model my kid off of.
Hey, he's from
kids a
Sudbury too. Hey,
God,
you're vaccinated. Make sure you're.
I'm vaccinated. I got my 2 doses.
But you were in Ottawa last weekend.
No, I was not in Ottawa. I was at home in Georgetown. I was at home. Yeah, so I'm gonna pick Brad Marchand.
I'd go
That's a
Jared.
terrible answer. But keep going.
What's wrong?
Like, you want your son to be like an asshole? Like, I don't understand. Like,
No, I want him to be a good hockey player. I want to be proud of him.
there's a lot of good hockey players that aren't Brad Marchand.
Just
though.
be like
You could
Malkin
say-
or something.
Yeah, I know. I guess I could have picked probably someone. Patrice Bergeron, but that's not exciting. I want my kid to be,
A shit disturber.
disturber.
You chose the right player for what you want. That's fine.
Okay,
Appreciate that.
go Gianni.
If he's a player, I'd go Jared Spurgeon. Just boring answer. He's this. Listen. Okay. This is the reason. The Genoki family isn't exactly known for being too tall out there. God, me, my dad, my brother, we just played defense. That's what we do. That's all we do. My brother and I always talk about our favorite players are always defensemen.
Can you pick Jared Spurgeon?
He's so smart, man. If you actually watch him play, he's actually like, if you're a coach, you want Jared Spurgeon on your team. He's just so good.
No one's gonna be right.
Like, nobody. You guys don't have to agree with me, but he's like, I don't know.
I mean, we
so-
don't.
certainly
We definitely
don't.
don't.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
I don't get excited about Jared Spurgeon. That's for sure.
I don't know why the two names that popped in my head were Todd Bertuzzi and Alexander Radulov. And then I was like, the hype
Don Tuesday tried to kill someone.
Why? Okay, sorry. Why Radulov? What is
I don't know,
Radulov?
he's just
Radulov.
hectic.
So you had probably 50,000 people between current and retired players.
But-
I'm gonna go to the one that attempted to murder somebody
Right.
on the
And then I thought about it and I was like, don't say that. So I'm going to go with Tyler Ennis because
Tyler Ennis.
Nichols family's usually, we don't got the height. So he's a scrappy guy.
That's some short boys on our
Yeah, I
board.
got some short boys.
list of players that are worse answers than Todd Bertuzzi.
Todd Bertuzzi could be one of the. That would be potentially one of the least likely.
Who was the
you
guy
want
who
your
killed
kid
it?
to become?
Who was the guy who killed his agent? What was his name?
Oh, that was dude.
Oh, he's a bald dude for St. Louis, that guy?
No. Maybe he did play for St. Louis. That's worse than Todd Bertuzzi. There's not many worse than Todd Bertuzzi.
I don't know why that popped up. I was just thinking
probably
of
'cause he
hectic.
mentioned Tyler
Drew,
Bertuzzi.
Yeah, I mean-
Drew. I want my kid to grow up to be Evander Kane.
Okay, Drew.
I'm gonna go with Kale McCarr because it's the first
No,
one
you
I thought
gotta.
of, too.
You can't. You
No,
can't.
original answers.
That's a.
I met Todd
That's a
Bertuzzi.
copy.
I met Todd Bertuzzi too.
Great guy.
He lives here.
Apparently he lives
Lives in
there.
Kitchener?
Oh, we need to
Fir-
get.
my first day in Sudbury, I'm going to Laurentian. Pita Pit, Todd Bertuzzi in the Pita Pit.
Shut up.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to add his socials. Get him on the show, eh?
Todd Bertuzzi, the one that we all just like made fun of for being a horrible person.
Oh no!
Hey, I thought he's a nice guy.
We'll appreciate.
Hey, we
it.
said
he's
on
a
the
nice guy.
ice he's an asshole,
Yeah.
but off the ice, great
That's
guy.
what I was
Let him
going
prove
for.
him.
I
Let's let
was
him
not-
prove himself here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Kale McCarr's Drew's
Drew,
answer.
no, you can't. No. Drew.
Maybe Gabriel Landeskog.
Oh my God. These are boring.
Why
Wow.
don't you should go with Dustin Bufflin. Just pick like a
Yeah,
big
that
big
is
boy. Just
my
a big
I don't know.
fella.
Gabriel Landeskog was a good leader. He was a captain at 19.
Good answer, Drew.
He did play for the Kitchener Rangers, so you got to hand that to him.
Yeah. Good answer, Drew.
Great answer. We are running out of time, classic us, so we probably won't get through all our topics.
Give us one more.
What?
Give us one more.
Okay. One more topic.
15 minutes.
One more
15. How
topic.
much time do you have, Drew?
5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
We're going to
7
talk
minutes.
about, this is actually going to be a good debate, but what is the best rivalry? Fuck, I can't say that word. In the NHL
It's just like
right now.
Say Evander Kane.
Yeah.
Evander Kane and the Police.
Yeah.
What is the best? Let's hear it there, Drew. What's your?
Why
I
is
know
it
you're.
always me first? Like,
Well, you're the
we care
goddamn
about you.
guest.
okay.
That's what you do when you bring on the guest. You let them talk.
Edmonton and Calgary.
I think so too.
Classic, eh?
What else are you gonna say? It's the truth.
They've
It is,
they've only
yeah.
they've played each other that the Leafs and Bruins are kind of good, but the Leafs don't win. So in the playoffs,
Leafs beat the Bruins in the regular season, then lose to them.
I think
in the
Battle of
playoffs.
Alberta for sure. They fucking fight each other line brawls all the time. It's by far the
Leafs
most
and
fun.
Canadians second.
No, I don't even.
They-
Everyone wants to associate the Leafs in one of these, and it's like they're just not exciting because they don't. I don't know if it's because they don't fight.
Well,
Is
they
that
don't
why?
hate, they don't
a
hate each
good-
other right now.
A good old,
Montreal and Carolina, then maybe.
just off the ice, just manage your rivalry.
Their Twitter
social
accounts.
teams, yeah.
Honestly, LA had some good rivalries in the mid 2010s. They were beefing with Vegas and with All three California teams had a good rivalry.
Yeah, all throughout the 2010s, the Kings.
Okay, Vegas came into the league, 2018, 2019?
Yeah, they had, I know.
And their rival was San Jose.
Oh, yeah, fuck. I'm thinking San Jose. That's my bad. I messed that
That's
one
why we
up.
have you on, Drew.
Yeah, Drew.
Pittsburgh, Washington. For a while there.
That's
Kinda
good.
died
That's a
down.
really good one.
Yeah.
If you were to take me back to 2011, the answer is Pittsburgh, Philadelphia.
Yeah, they did
Remember
hate
those?
each other.
Remember those series, like that
Crosby,
one series
Giroux?
where it was like 10-5 and then like 8-6, like the Brizgalov was in that series. Remember that shit?
Yeah, that was.
Breeze Gallup was in that series.
I find
there was
that
a lot of goals.
Yeah, I find nowadays with hockey, like we used to get so excited to see that. We knew there was gonna be a lot of fights and a lot of like fucking dirty hits, but now it's just like I don't think any series really gets me that excited, that amped like we used to, like good old hockey.
I think it's the lack of fans because it doesn't matter. The fans bring the energy, right? So if you're watching a game with no fans, then it could be Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Edmonton, Calgary, but there's not that emotion, you know?
Yeah, but like even like though back in the day, like I remember the Sens playing the Canadians, and there was a full line brawl. They all dropped the Mets when PK was still on the Habs, and it was like we won't see that other than the Rangers when they did that with. Was it the
Washington.
Capitals?
Yeah.
That rivalry would be interesting right now if they played each other in the playoffs. I think because that was pretty big. That was a pretty big story last year. I think they still hate each other for what happened there. Tom Wilson on Panarin.
Yeah.
I think there's still some bad blood there. So I would like to see that. But
That's a sneaky good answer.
any other, I guess we can go into which series. I guess we talked about Battle of Alberta, though. Looking at the playoff structure right now, are there any matchups that you really look forward to seeing?
I mean, the Metropolitan Division looks like it's going to be the first couple rounds there are going to be pretty solid.
Yep.
Sorry, is it the Atlantic? I can't remember.
The whole Eastern Conference is set. Like
Yeah.
the team in 9th is like 12 points behind the team in 8th, right?
Yeah, that Eastern Conference playoffs are done. Like they're finished. They're already like everybody knows the 8 teams in.
Some good teams in the East, too.
It
We're
just
probably going to
depends
get
on
a
who plays who.
Tampa-Toronto matchup.
That's going to be the most boring matchup from Jersey perspective. Just blue and white.
Same
That is
jersey.
a bad jersey.
I don't even know like how many fans are going to. Oh my god.
It'll be full by then.
Yeah, no.
It should be.
I would rather them play the entire series on the road with fans than
I don't know if
come
I
back
dreamed
to
this or
Toronto
saw
with
this
nobody.
right when I woke up. You know that kind of moment where you're like, you're going to wait for like 2 minutes and you can't remember if it was a dream or if like you really did see it on your phone.
Yeah.
But is Colorado out of the playoffs right now or did I dream that?
Oh
You
my-
definitely dreamed that. They are
Yeah, I
not.
definitely dreamed that.
They're first place, I'm pretty sure.
New
I think
topic on the
I
show,
dreamed
dreams.
that the other night.
Yeah.
True.
No, they're playoffs. That's why we bring you on,
We
Drew.
missed you, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you.
That's-
Well, it was awesome having you on. Do you have anything else to say?
Download OwnersBox. The code. What's the code, Jeremy?
Code is NHL 10. We'll get you free entry.
Yep.
And we're still sponsored by Manscaped. Use code BOX. We'll get you free shipping and 20% off. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks.